Brice and I are back together.
Pretty much, yes, me and Brice are still together, but making things a little bit better.
Yay.
Who is it, bud?
No, don't
Who
you
is
try
it?
to escape.
Who's home, bud? Hey, missed you.
Missed you. We've been keeping something from our parents, and it's definitely time to tell them.
I'm glad you're back home.
I am too.
I'm feeling super nervous about it. I just don't even know what to say because I don't want nothing bad to happen or anything like that.
So we have an announcement to make. Brice and I will be having a baby this November.
Seeing the initial positive pregnancy test, I was ultimately shocked, and I definitely did not need this to happen to me right now. And it's pretty shocking, and I have no idea how I'm going to tell my parents.
Brice, what was your reaction?
So my reaction to her telling me, you know, that we're gonna have a kid, I didn't believe it at first. I was like, what? Because, you know, it shocked me, you know, just as much as it did her. And, you know, I was like, this is crazy. So, you know, like, I was like, yeah, let's go take some more pregnancy tests just to be sure. And sure enough, I mean, she came and showed me, and I was like, golly.
I mean, ultimately, figuring out that we were having a baby together, it was a holy moment. What are we gonna do?
Our relationship, because I know I wasn't living with her at the time, because, you know, we were having relationship issues. But we were just, I would still go there just to, you know, try to fix things with her because, you know, I mean, I really cared for her. I cared about our relationship. And, you know, I was really wanting to work it out with her.
Biggest thing is, how the heck are we gonna tell our parents?
My nervousness was absolutely just insane. Like, I can just, you know, like I could not move barely. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so hard. Because just sitting there with her parents, I mean, knowing that I got their daughter pregnant, it's a big thing to tell them. Things got real.
Elizabeth and Brice and Trent and I met for brunch, and Elizabeth, you know, basically shared that her and Brice were expecting.
We were sat back and we were surprised, and then Elizabeth told us that she was 21 weeks along, and that was the biggest impact for us, that she had waited that long, and that's where all the concern started.
My biggest concern and Dad's biggest concern is health care and prenatal care. I'm not going to let you see any doctors down here in Middle Georgia.
I had that in the back of my head. Of course, it was going to be somewhere up north.
So you need to go see the specialist that Mom's seeing.
It's much, you know, it's very challenging to get in. It takes 6 to 8 weeks sometimes. Well, we don't have that when you're 21 weeks along and you tell Mom and Dad. Elizabeth being, you know, 21 weeks along in her pregnancy and being a little person having achondroplasia dwarfism obviously puts her in the high-risk category. So therefore, prenatal care is that much more important throughout the whole pregnancy. But the biggest thing is I want you to use the same doctor that I used that delivered you. Having a baby as an LP is different than having a baby as an average-sized person because of our
Anatomy.
physical anatomy. Physically, we are not able to have a baby naturally, we must always have a C-section. Most of us undergo a C-section under general anesthesia due to our spine and an epidural not being an option. A C-section under general anesthesia can be pretty risky. You have got to get that baby out within 2 minutes of the person being put under general anesthesia.
When do we find out if the baby's going to be average size or little person?
So in Elizabeth's case, you will not see signs of dwarfism, of achondroplasia, till at least 22 weeks. Elizabeth having achondroplasia dwarfism, Brice being of average height, have a 50% chance that the baby will have achondroplasia dwarfism and a 50% chance that the baby will be average height.
I want to ask you this, and it's been on my mind,
Yes, sir.
and I need you to be 100% transparent with this. When several months ago, when you and Brice were on the outs and y'all were upset with each other and splitting up, was this about the same time y'all were finding out that y'all were pregnant?
I had no idea.
I didn't know if that's what got you guys upset and he moved out and
No, what me and now
break up.
What made us split apart, and he now realizes it. We actually had a conversation about this last night, realizing that how bad he let work get to him and get to our relationship, just not being ever motivated. Work just got to him. He got too stressed out.
Well, I just wanted to know if that was,
No, that honest
if
to
he
God.
got scared and was running. It don't seem like Brice, because we know him pretty well, but
He's helped since figuring out we were having a baby. He's been helpful in the sense because first trimester sucked. Like he would come just to check and like see how I was doing, or if I would call him, he would tell like something was sick. He would just stay a couple of nights and then stuff like that. It's been kind of just like that, and then slowly, gradually doing it more and more just to help out now with baby stuff.
Yeah, I think hearing that the first trimester, was a challenge for Liz, and the fact that you're having to hold this secret on top of it. And we, obviously didn't know, so we weren't part of it. Was a little bit of, that's where the hurt comes from, is because we missed out on a good bit. We could have been helped during that time too. So, are we saying the plan is for him to move back in full time?
We said moving in, not like getting all his furniture and stuff. He'll just have some clothes and stuff, and then we'll slowly, gradually have him move back in.
We don't want this as an automatic, oh God, we got to go get married because now we're having a baby. I also don't want this, oh God, Brice has to move right back in because we're having a baby. During the first trimester, Brice was down there a lot, helping her, and which, I think made Trent and I feel good because obviously we didn't know, so we couldn't be of help. But it was nice to know that he was stepping up to the plate. That shows responsibility, and then, it obviously shows love for her and the baby.
we can only tell you, and I know waiting to tell us so long was nerves and disappointment and things like that.
Not the best
But
thing to do, trust me.
I always tell y'all, as long as you raise your hand and ask us for help, we'll never get upset. We'll never get mad at you.
Obviously, my kids and my husband are my world. We go through times, we go through happy times, we go through sad times, but we always push, to make it through to the other side, and we pour our heart and soul into our kids, and we fight for our kids, we fight with our kids, but we fight with our kids because we love so, so hard. And the last thing is your car.
It's a celebration now that we're having a grandbaby. I promise you it is.
It'll get there.
But we're going to be grandparents, and you're going to be a mama, and we'll help out as much as we can. And then I get in your car, and it's like, oh, Jesus God. Now my first grandbaby's going to ride in this So start looking
Still
on
start looking into it,
marketplace,
yeah.
$7,000, $8,000. We can still find some good cards. I'll talk to some of the guys down at Riverside. We'll be able to.
Whatever you guys think, like I said, whatever you guys think will work. And is
We're not buying it.
Something that
no, but I mean, like if you see one, you're like, hey, I'll just take whatever you guys say yes to.
This pregnancy and this step in the Johnston family with Elizabeth is here. And we need to work together to make it successful and to celebrate it in order for us to ensure a healthy baby. I mean, if Amber and I still hold this on our shoulders or shove blame to Elizabeth and we're just, grumpy because this happened to our unmarried daughter, then we're not being good parents and we're not doing what we've always promised all of our kids.
All right, dear. Well, obviously we have a lot to accomplish in a very short amount of time. Yep, but we'll make it happen.
Those bottles might go down a little bit.
After I told my parents that I was pregnant, I told each of my siblings separately. That was a heck of a shock because they knew Brice and I were working on things on our relationship and just with each other and on ourselves, but little did they expect this to happen.
Not these type of books. Let's see.
I'm trying to see ones that, like, we grew up on, because, like,
Yeah.
when Elizabeth first told me that she was pregnant, I was like, no way, it's not true. I was like, don't overthink this, because I'm overthinking this, but don't overthink it. And it was true. I was like, wow.
So Liz first texted me, and then when we got home, we went up to my room, and she pretty much told me that she was pregnant, and I was just in shock, and I think cried a little bit because I was like, there's no way she is. And yeah.
So same reaction to me, no way.
I was like, there's no way. I'm like, what?
Now, did you think you were going to be an aunt senior year?
No, I did not. And that would be later down the road after I finish
Just
high
something
school.
to
What happens?
add to your senior year,
Yeah.
you know?
I think Liz and I were just in the kitchen, I think I was making lunch or something, and then Liz just came out of nowhere saying, Alex, I'm pregnant, you're gonna be an uncle. And then I think I dropped the butter knife or something. I was making a sandwich, I just dropped the butter knife on the counter. I'm like,
You're like, that's my foot.
and I was speechless for a solid 5 seconds.
Are you excited to be an aunt?
Yes, very excited. Very excited to spoil baby and watch Brice and Liz become parents. We were shocked when we found out, but there was some clues that Elizabeth was pregnant.
Fun mimosa. I didn't really like it, so I'm out.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Is mine going pretty good?
Yeah, you tripping fast. I'm dripping slow because I didn't drink anything at all.
I think Brice is going to be the more chill parent.
No, I think they're gonna both be chill,
They're both
but
going to be chill, but Elizabeth's going to
they're
be
gonna have their
more
moments.
Elizabeth's going to be more strong. Oh, yeah, they're going to be stressing. I feel like us two, out of the aunts and uncles, we're going to be the best. We're going to be the fun ones.
We're gonna be the fun aunts.
Not just spoiling, but just, doing stuff. We're going to be the badass aunts.
Okay.
We need a shirt that says
Badass.
badass aunts.
Hey, how are you? Hi, good. I'm gonna get you to go ahead and lay down right here. How are you?
I'm good.
We are excited.
Yes.
So today, Brice and I are here for our ultrasound and to pretty much figure out if we're having a son or a daughter, boy or girl.
You ready?
Yeah.
Baby ready?
Mm-hmm. Baby's head is right there at your hip. Beautiful little profile. Little leg.
Going into this ultrasound, I'm really not overwhelmed. I'm more just happy now since everybody in our families know that we're having a baby. And it was just more like, wow, yeah, this is really happening. I really have a baby in me. Because, I know I'm pregnant and yeah, I can definitely feel it. But the more of seeing the features, just getting really real on that aspect too.
Y'all want to hear the heartbeat?
Sure.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, hearing the heartbeat and the sonograms, it's very sweet. It's just a honest truth that there's something growing inside of me, and it's a part of me, and it's a part of Brice.
Moving right along. So that little heartbeat is 157.
Very good.
Are you guys excited about finding out?
Yeah. Pretty much ready to know.
I know you're ready to know. Let's see if we can get it to cooperate. To see the gender.
I feel nervous. I'm really, because I'll be happy with both. I would prefer a boy, but I'm still nervous because just, you know, seeing it on the ultrasound, there's just nothing like it.
So the good thing is baby's head down, and we got little thighs up here. I just need those little thighs to open up a little bit. And
I am hoping for a boy just because he has strong male genes on his side of the family. And then also because since my mom had Jonah first, and everybody said, oh, you're always like your mother. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably gonna end up having a boy.
Hold this part still, and you turn this part.
I'm hoping it doesn't shoot the other way.
So tonight is the gender reveal for Liz and Brice's baby.
You hold this, and you twist the barrel.
Trent gets one cannon, I get the other cannon. We divide, team girl versus team boy.
Ready?
Ready?
Hold on.
1, 2, 3. Oh, dear God.
You twist the barrel. Twist the barrel.
I can't.
Don't worry, we have 21 more weeks until this baby's due.
Why is this so hard?
That's what she said.
Hold on to help me do this.
I'm like turning like hell. It's very slippery.
Jonah, watch your arm.
And now for the big reveal. Pink for girl and blue for boy.
1, 2, 3.
Now everybody knows that we're having a girl.
It's a girl. It's a girl. Just in case you didn't know.
I was just glad they happened at the same time.
We're having a girl.
And weirdly, the pink matches Emma perfectly, so she clearly wore the best shade.
I am excited that Elizabeth and Brice are having a girl.
I knew it. It was a girl. I was so excited.
Girls are just a lot more fun. Look at Emma and I.
Okay.
We have a girl
Yeah.
on the way.
Woo!
Sorry, guys, we're still outnumbered. Mom's sitting over here. I can't twist it. I can't twist it.
So hard.
I mean, personally, I wanted a boy just because I didn't want to have a girl like me. Like, girl, it's automatically just gonna be like me. And I don't know, I just figured it was gonna be a boy because he has a very strong male line in his family. There's a lot more men than women in his family.
All right, now we have cake. We can go in and have some cake.
My reaction to it being a girl, I mean, I was shocked, you know, just because how much me and her were wanting a boy. But I mean, you know, with it being a girl, I mean, me and her are still very excited, and still excited to be able to raise a girl.
Obviously, when we found out that you guys were expecting, I found some of
That was an adventure.
your baby pictures and some ultrasounds, because, you know, at first you guys said, oh, she's average size.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show you some ultrasounds of you. When Elizabeth and Brice first told us, they, you know, immediately was like, yep, it's going to be average size. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. How do you know this? Come in here.
When I had ultrasounds earlier on, the ultrasound tech was telling me, well, right now she's measuring average. It wasn't until I was like, holy crap, when Mom told me that she had no idea that Jonah was little up until 31 weeks, and she did not know definitely that I was little until about 26, 28 weeks. This is her latest one.
Which is how many weeks?
This was 19.
Okay, so this is you at 18. At 18 weeks, they did not detect dwarfism at all. They said she's average size. All little people babies that are healthy babies around 18 to 22 weeks show average size. This right here is 29. And at 29, we know what to look for. But before 22 weeks, we all measure tall. At 18
And you
weeks,
can tell that is little, or that's
no,
tall.
she measured average size.
I can't even tell if there's something in there besides. Tell me where the leg is in that picture.
You have to look at details, Jonah.
That's the head. I think that's just the belly.
Like, I'm better off picturing
I
constellation.
really don't know what that is, that long thing. That just looks strange. Is that the where the belly is?
A beauty cord.
Umbilical cord.
Belly cord.
I'm Bryce and Elizabeth. I'm gonna put y'all on point here.
You guys.
Do you want a little one or an average size?
In the beginning, I was hoping for average, just because, just being the first pregnancy. And,
Well, it's easier.
Yeah, but now I don't know. Like, I really don't know.
Living in an ACON body, I could speak for myself that raising an average sized kid is definitely going to be a lot more easy because 23 years ago when my parents had me, I didn't come home for the first 6 months. So I can't even imagine what it'd be like if Elizabeth and Brice had to endure that.
Our birth experience with Jonah was completely different than Elizabeth. It was horrible. Following Jonah's birth, he came in and he had a black and white Polaroid picture of Jonah. All I could really see, because all this was covered with tubes and stuff. Trent just said, they're having to breathe for him. And you can't see him right now.
I left the picture with her, and I said, my dad wants me to come back down there. And I had to look at her, and I said, I have to go down there in case he passes away. I got to be there. Poppy said, make sure you come back quick. And when your dad tells you to go see your wife, but come back quick in case your son passes away, you need to be here. That day was just tough.
Jonah spent 6 weeks straight in the NICU because of premature lung development. And then once he got, his numbers got okay there, we went to oxygen, and he went home on oxygen. But he was in and out of the hospital for about 5 to 6 months.
What about you?
I mean, I really don't know, but what I truly think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be little.
I mean, I'm just really hoping in the end she's just healthy.
If it's little, great. If it's average, great.
So we just wait a few more weeks and we'll find out if it's gonna be little or tall. And I so low-key want her to be little. But I will be perfectly
Wouldn't it have been funny
fine
when we,
if she is
wouldn't
tall.
it have been funny when we would have twisted those things instead of going, if it had, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a dwarf. Well, we're having a girl.
Woo-woo! That's what I wanted.
What do you want?
I don't know. You know what Mom already wants. Mom is team little, especially since it's a girl now. The little and tall factor, I'm just ready to find out. So I can start preparing him. There's just gonna be some smaller modifications that we're gonna have to do if she is little. Putting her in the car seat and stroller a little differently. Since we have big heads, a lot of weight, we don't want to restrict the air when she's sitting in the car seat.
I hope I don't do anything wrong.
You're not.
Especially with it being my first kid, my first baby and everything.
You're not. Trust me, like I said, we're gonna have Mom and Dad there too.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll learn a lot from them. I know my parents probably gonna love to be tall. They'll probably be more used.
And so, well, if she's little, they'll be introduced to something new.
My parents would prefer her to be average, just because it's what we are and something that they might not be used to at first. It's gonna take a lot to get used to.
When you watch an LP baby from being a newborn and then growing up to our age, it's a whole different story.
I would really be excited for Brice's family to be able to experience a little person baby in their family. It really opens your eyes and it opens your heart to having a newfound respect for individuals with differences.
So pretty much we got a changing table that works for little or tall, stroller that works for little or tall, hopefully a crib that'll work for little or tall soon. Because the crib will go up against the wall behind you. The last big baby item that we're just waiting on is this special crib. It's a crib that was really made for people who lost function in their legs and have to be in wheelchairs. And so instead of them having to struggle to try to lift and take their baby out, the front of the crib opens up to like a door to where I could reach and get her, or he'll be able to carefully get her out, and me and my family members will be too. And I still gotta paint. Fun stuff. Putting the nursery and stuff together, it's great, and it's, you know, moving forward, and we're liking the decorations, but it's making it more real that, like, yeah, wow, she's really here. Like, this is really happening.
It's just like, I'm about to be holding my own baby soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, good job.
Love you.
Love you.
So yeah, I don't think she really has any idea that she has a new car coming.
Oh, really? Yes, really.
What do you think?
Yeah.
We don't need pictures.
Nope.
So go check it out.
There you go.
We've had it for a few days, and honestly, me and Mom cleaned it up really good.
We've done washed it twice.
We cleaned it up really good, but it got dirty again. You like it?
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. I just wanted you to have something safe.
I really teared up because this was very unexpected for the situation that we're in now. I was not expecting to be having a baby at 21.
Yeah, the mommy car.
There you go. Seeing Elizabeth happy and overwhelmed and joyed, it's just, I knew she was appreciative of it. She was grateful for it.
Mom and Dad have always been awesome, but this really shows like they're really excited about having a grandchild and that they're gonna be some kick-ass grandparents, or Lolly and Bappa. Brice and I are really thankful for them.
It definitely gives us some peace that Elizabeth is, you know, driving a safer car, and just a car that can accommodate better a baby. And that's why we did it.